In some news straight from the hey, we probably live in a simulation, the crooked Chicago Bears, for some reason and on purpose, reportedly signed Dakota Dozier to a 1-year contract. It's just amazing, man. And if you've been a Vikings fan for more than a hot second, you know all about Dakota Dozier. Rick Dennison's guy with the Jets brought him over here as Dennison and the Kubiak contingent came in. And Dozier, frankly, has been the poster child of the ineptness of the Vikings offensive line and coaches where, hey, you have a guy, he's our starter, he's really bad, but you don't replace him, you don't do anything, you don't change anything, you just leave him out there to just like, and it's no good for the player, it's no good for the team, it's no good for the fans, it's no good for anyone. For Dakota Dozier. So Dakota Dozier was last year was a backup on the Vikings, which is fine. That's his caliber of play. That's what he should be. I think that he does have value as a utility backup offensive lineman. But in 2020, he was a full-time starter at left guard, and he was one of the worst guards in the National Football League. And he was 88th out of 90 qualifying starting guards in PFF grade, 46 pressures, a horrifically bad 7.5% pressure rate, and 6 sacks. By the way, 2020 was the season where there was empty stadiums for the most part. So crowd noise on the road, that wasn't a factor. So it was just one-on-one, not getting it done. All right, so Dozier, sometimes Dozier got too much hatred and too much flack from fans, but some of it, he just was not good. He just was not fantastic. And now he goes to the Chicago Bears, which is just delightful because we've said Justin Fields, I believe in his talent and upside, but you need a fantastic offensive line in front of him. And he had that at Ohio State. That's why he showed off what he could do. But if you go back, look at the national title game between Alabama and Ohio State. And Christian got after it after Wyatt Davis went out, man. So I'm worried. I'm legitimately worried for Justin Fields because remember, the Bears, they haven't been players in free agency. They let James Daniels walk out the door to join Pittsburgh. So you're basically replacing James Daniels with Dakota Dozier. And they haven't been big players in free agency, and they don't have a first-round pick because of the Fields trade. So they are up against it. Just a little bit, because look at this potentially projected offensive line. Tevin Jenkins, who I like, big nasty coming out of Oklahoma State, had issues last year with injuries, but we'll see what he can do in year 2. Cody Whitehair, respect, the pride of Kansas State, is solid. Mustafa, who came in, did some decent things when they were shuffling things up front last year. Dozier is in there, and also you got Larry Borum, 5th-round pick out of Mizzou last year, who played some good snaps last year, so respect. But other than that, woof. I mean, Lucas Patrick, that's a big move. Is that it? Or like, imagine a world where Lucas Patrick, who was a utility backup for the Packers, who only played last year because of injuries, and Dakota Dozier are 2-year starters. Like, that's the plan. That's the plan to move things up front for David Montgomery. That's the plan to protect Justin Fields, who needs protection. Otherwise, he gets gun shy and becomes a turnover machine. Oh, wait. I just... This is just amazing. This is just a fantastic day. And I understand it's a full regime change, right? So you got Ryan Poles coming in for Ryan Pace, is just swapping out the Ryans. Ryan Poles also, remember, was a finalist for the Vikings GM job. More on that in a sec. And also, fake-ass Brad Childress, Matt Nagy is out, and Matt Eberflus, the IKEA toilet, is in. But, I mean, your scouts, your pro personnel department, like, they've been there. And you've seen Dakota Dozier over the last couple years, and you're just like, got to get us some of that. Okay. And again, this does go back to just making Michael Jordan Bear cry. I actually missed the crying Jordan meme. Like, we should bring that back because that was everywhere for a second, man. Fantastic. But yeah, Bears. I don't know, man. I've said on here a bunch. I believe in the future, the short-term future of the Lions more than the Bears. Maybe it's the long term too. This is rough, and I understand that new GM Ryan Pace, even though at his press conference he came in all boisterous, like, "Oh, we're here to dominate the division forever." They're full on rebuilding. Like, they let go of Allen Robinson, they let James Daniels walk out the door. They traded Khalil Mack, so they're on full hard reset. So I understand that, even though it flies in the face of the bluster, but. Signing Dakota Dozier, unless your plan is to just tank. But you already got your quarterback, so why you're tanking? I don't understand it. But what's amazing is, and maybe this is the reason why the Wilfs ultimately went with Kwesi over Ryan Poles, because Poles, remember, took the Bears job because he wasn't getting the Vikings job. That's right. Where Ryan Poles signs Dakota Dozier, who was a free agent on an expiring contract. So Kwesi now, A, got rid of Dakota Dozier, and B, might get, I don't know, 7th round compensatory pick out of it. Vikings stay winning, man. And also, if you go back and compare and contrast the press conferences between Kwesi, who, I mean, Kwesi should be a Fortune 50 CEO. He should be. And then Ryan Poles just like, go dominate the division forever. Okay. Oh, man. I just love everything about this, because not only did the Packers, the greasy, grimy Green Bay Packers, give the octogenarian bird bones Aaron Rodgers all the money. Devonta Adams is gone. It wasn't necessarily about the money with him in Green Bay. And now the Bears just signing Dozier. I love it. I just love everything about this simulation that we live in. But your thoughts on our thoughts. Bears, for some reason, signed Dakota Dozier. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skull Production Value.